Hello there, it's Mary Lisa. I wanted to hop on a video today and talk to you about a daily inventory. A daily inventory is just kind of like an emotional check-in. It's a review of the day, what went right, what can be improved for tomorrow, reviewing your thoughts and actions in your relationships with yourself and others. So we're gonna go over questions you can create a daily inventory or an emotional check-in with, why and how it can benefit your mental health as well as your physical health, literally. This is so important for things like leading an authentic life, being as happy as you can be, and resolving any hurt that you feel. Okay, so let's say that you are super interested in all the benefits of doing a daily inventory. So how would you get started? Super simple. You can either write it down in your journal, you can put it in a Word document, email it to yourself, or do a verbal inventory with someone that you feel safe and comfortable with. It is important that you write it down. When you are able to write it or type it out, you're able to see patterns and stuff like that. And you want to do this for a month so that you can see your own patterns and start to grow from it. So now that you're ready to begin your practice of a daily inventory, I'm going to give you some examples of questions that I have used on a daily inventory of my own. It's good to kind of hit a lot of different bases, so hopefully these questions will inspire you and you can create your own list of questions that you will then answer each day, every day for 30 days, hopefully. Was I unkind in any way? Was I angry at all? What did I accomplish today? Am I telling myself any fake stories or potential lies? What did I do well today? What did I learn? Was I supportive to others? Who did I reach out to today? Did I make time to breathe and to laugh? What is the single best thing that's happened today? And my favorite. Is there anything left on my heart that I did not speak aloud? So you can absolutely make your own list of questions that are leading you toward a specific goal. But these are just some general ones that for me cover all the basics. Just like my last video and how I talked about resolving negative feelings, there has to be an outlet for feelings. A lot of the issues we're facing today with mental health comes from feeling disconnected from others. So in order to facilitate more connection, we first have to connect to ourselves, understand our own feelings, thoughts, and emotions, instead of numbing them when you get home by watching hours of TV or drinking too much alcohol. There's nothing wrong with those things, but we also have to make time for the check-in. There are physiological benefits to this kind of work too. Benefits that affect your body, affect your physical health. Your body will literally become healthier. And this work is important, as I kind of have spoken about before. He just had breakfast, so he's excited. Emotions release chemicals and hormones that correspond to different body functions, and they affect the body differently. You can learn more about that in my anger video or my happiness video. But because of our natural desire to want to avoid pain, we tend to avoid emotions too. And by avoiding emotions, we don't just get rid of those chemicals in our body. They in fact get stored into our tissues, into our organs, because the conscious brain needs to be able to function in the day-to-day life. So your subconscious brain says, we can't function with all of this stress, anxiety, anger, whatever, so we're gonna push the chemical response into the corresponding body parts. And it has been shown that different body parts, different functions, tissues, organs correspond to different emotions. Like the lungs carry grief, the liver carries anger. We can talk about that in another video, but this stuff is scientific. Sorry, I get really excited talking about the mind-body connection. But anyway, so when our subconscious tries to push these crowded emotions or feelings out of our conscious brain into our bodies, those chemicals, they damage body tissue. So over and over again, storing the same chemical in the same body part will cause damage. So do you have chronic pain anywhere? I have chronic pain in my shoulder, which corresponds with feeling burdened. Since the connective tissue that runs through our body is what conducts the electrical communication from our brain to body. The connective tissue is what takes the brunt force of these stored emotions. This shows up as inflammation and can even become a disease. This work will also benefit your relationships. When we take the time to reflect on our behaviors, our thoughts, we become more aware of our interaction with ourselves, which then enables us to have more fulfilling interactions with other people. So that old adage, you cannot love someone until you love yourself, there's truth to that. You cannot have compassion for other people if you do not have compassion for yourself. You cannot have forgiveness for other people if you do not have forgiveness for self, because that's where we practice it first. We practice it with ourselves. So in doing this work of self-awareness, a daily inventory, when you practice these principles on yourself, you in fact are increasing your ability to share these wonderful things in your relationships with other people. It also prevents us from lashing out at people in fear or anger, getting kind of confused mixed messages when you're trying to communicate with someone. Hurt people because in essence, we're trying to solve some sort of dysfunction or trauma within ourselves, but if we're not aware of it in the first place, then there's no way that the people around us will not bear the burden of these issues that lie unsolved within us. So here are some reasons why you might want to do a daily inventory. You've been through some traumatic things in your life. You're struggling to find the words or the stories coming out of it. You're not super connected with your emotion and it pushes people away from you. You want to become the best, happiest, most fulfilled version of yourself that you can be. If you're a leader or a manager of a creative team, you're pushing yourself to be a better person for other people. You're trying to understand yourself better. You're trying to lead by example for kids or students or employees, partners, demonstrating that you care for emotional wellness, courage, creativity, and personal responsibility. Whatever the reason, it all comes back to you. How much work are you willing to put in? Are you willing to take 5 to 10 minutes a day so that you can become better, you can become healthier and happier? Convince yourself that you're worth it. I think you'll be surprised what you find and how much better you will feel. Thanks for watching.